So we are now up to configuring Apache. So now that we've got a separate disk with the mount point, I'm actually going to start configuring my folders where I want Apache to look to. So at the moment, it's looking to its own directories on the instance that I've created. I want it to now point to another directory. I'm in the datas folder. I'm actually just going to make a new directory, www. I'm going to actually change to that directory. I'm going to create another one, and I'm going to name it after my domain. So darkpixel.tech. Oh, and you always have to do sudo. Now, in order for this directory to work with Apache, I'm going to have to change some configuration files. So firstly, I'm going to change the owner. Okay, so for everything inside that www directory, I've changed to be the owner of Apache. So, and we can actually have a look at this, and you'll see there, so Apache is now the owner. But I'm going to jump across now and actually reconfigure Apache to look to this directory. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change to that directory, and I'm just going to create a temporary index.html file just so that I can see for my testing when I've pointed it to the right directory. Let's actually create a file. So I'm going to call that index.html. I'm going to call it test, and we'll call it darkpixel.tech. And we'll exit out of there. So if I jump back across to the web server, it comes to a page that says it works. That's the default in Apache. When I've changed the directory, it should say instead test darkpixel.test. Okay, so to change the website configuration, we've got to edit a file. And I'm going to go to sudo nano etc httpd/conf.d, and we're changing a file called vhost.conf. Now this file's empty at the moment. I'm actually going to use a text file with the Apache configuration that I've already set up. So when you do configure your Apache server, it has to use a specific format, and you'll see here some of these are required. So the server name is required. You need a document root, so I'm going to actually edit this to be in the directory that I've created. You can either copy this whole file, but I'm just going to show you the parts that are actually compulsory that we need to get this working. So we've got a virtual host, and here I need the server name. So when the web request comes in for that domain, now I don't actually have the domain set up yet, so I won't be able to demonstrate that just yet. And now here is where we are going to configure the new location. Okay, so I'm going to go data, and it was www. Darkpixel.tech was the name of the folder. And so that's the document root. Now that's optional, and the last one is required. So we do need to put in this last part here. And I'll copy and paste that. Okay, so that's the minimum required to get our web server working. And let's restart the service. Now we'll click refresh, and look at that. So now it's redirecting to that directory. So I've now actually added a DNS entry so that darkpixel.tech is pointing to my IP address.